Gets it, Jeff Lewis going at it. The grudge here is strong. Sexton was picked by Lewis as his special tag team partner. His back turned on Jeff Lewis when he joined Murder One, Masada and Shadow Jackson. And their new faction, leapfrog attempt there by Sexton, boot to the midsection by Lewis. Overhead belly-to-belly suplex by Jeff Lewis. And Lewis, who's had a tough road to hoe here, he's had Murder One attack him, put a cigar out in his eye. He picked Todd Sexton at his partner. Sexton turned his back on Jeff Lewis, and now Lewis tonight is looking for retribution.
And perhaps he's going to get at the fact that we don't have Murder One hanging around here, which certainly is a promising development. But you know, Murder One can kind of develop out of the clear blue sky from the Dark City, I'm told.
Certainly. And Shadow Jackson at ringside, representing Murder One and Masada. Not here tonight, but Todd Sexton trying to get his point across. Of course, these two men also signed for that big 8-man elimination match at Freedom Fight 2003. It's going to be the team of Jeff Lewis, Jason Blackman, Slim J, and Mr. Delicious JC North taking on Masada, Sexton, Murder One, and Shadow. Elimination style, a lot at stake. The big one, Freedom Fight 2003. And fans, you can order that exclusively now on NWA-Wildside.com. Orders are being taken for immediate delivery.
Man, there is nothing like Freedom Fight at any year, and 2003 looks to be as spectacular as they come.
And fans already signed. Make sure you tune in next week to NWA Wildside. The main event is going to be a tag team encounter, and the first time a mega match has taken place inside a Wildside ring. The team of Rain Man, the World Television Champion, and what a blockbuster this is, Wildside Champion Iceberg to take on the team of Jeremy V and Hot Stuff Hernandez. Fans, you heard that right. Hernandez and Iceberg in the same ring for the first time already, son. Make sure you tune in next week on Wildside. This week, of course, your main event's going to be big tag team action. The Impact taking on the Wildside Tag Team Champs, Future Shock, in what should be one amazing tag team encounter. Now Sexton going for a hip toss, fireman's carry takeover by Jeff Lewis. Lewis charging with a forearm shot. Irish whip by Lewis. Big arm drag takedown.
I think Lewis wants some answers, but before he gets answers, taking some of the hide off of Todd Sexton, I think is first and foremost. And so far he's doing a pretty damn good job. Interestingly, Shadow was getting a, look at that, a baseball slide into the head of Jeff Lewis. I thought Shadow Jackson was trying to stay out of the action, not trying to interfere at all. So much for that. Well, the whole crowd is just a buzz over that video we saw just a few minutes ago here at Wildside with Al Getson. Oh, Al, wow, look at this!
Todd Sexton flying to the outside on top of Lewis.
We saw what the video, what it appeared to be, of Al Getz Enterprises throwing the
I don't want
through.
to comment on that. That doesn't even deserve to be spoken of again. How heinous is that to even make such an accusation and then incriminate yourself? I think we all know what they were implying on that video screen, and it makes my stomach turn. That walking abortion, Al Getz, continually sinking to new lows. He's almost on the level of that cockroach Bailey.
With that being said, the Boogaloo crew is nowhere in sight. We have not seen hide nor hair of them since they were kidnapped. So it does lead some credence to what Al Getz and Al Getz Enterprises could have accomplished. We don't know that for a fact, though.
If that's true at all, God help us and God help us all.
That's attempted murder, last I checked.
Attempted? It didn't look too damn attempted. But besides the point, no concrete evidence, nothing to support that fact. Oh, but what a disgusting revelation from Al Getz Enterprises.
At the very least, it's a disgusting display from Al Getz Enterprises. Whatever he was trying to accomplish, regardless, it still sends a shiver up my spine, as well as everybody here at the NWA Arena.
Elbows to the midsection by Lewis, Irish whip. And looks like Jeff Lewis sent to the outside by Sexton. Simple error on the part of Lewis, and Sexton made a quick counter. And Lewis's momentum sent him to the outside in the waiting arms of Shadow Jackson.
Jeff Lewis definitely in no man's land. As Shadow Jackson trying to disseminate, take that back, annihilate poor Jeff Lewis. As Todd Sexton's having a relatively easy time of it. But we know the firepower of Jeff Lewis. It can come out of the clear blue sky and out of left field. There, let's do a couple of cliches for you.
Backslide there by Lewis.
Speaking of devil.
Almost got a pinfall. Oh, Lewis firing back with some punches. Open hand, Speedy Nelson making the check there. Oh, good grief. Sexton looked like he tried to rip the arm out of socket of Lewis.
Very inventive offensive from Todd Sexton. On top for a pin. Only 2.5.
Lewis likes to rely on that double underhook sit-out face buster he calls the Lewis driver. And of course, very powerful arms to lift a man up to do that maneuver. And if Sexton dismantles the arms, no Lewis driver for him. And Shadow Jackson's making sure that he does everything to get his part in on the action.
Oh, for Pete's sake, look like our senior official is very easily dissuaded from the action, courtesy of Todd Sexton. Thanks a lot, Todd. And an assist from Shadow. Speedy saw that.
Sexton reached out for a hand from Speedy Nelson. The senior official, law and order every time, said no way. Big back suplex by Todd Sexton, graduate of the Texas Wrestling Academy, student of former WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. But Sexton has exceeded far beyond just that. Former 3-time Wildside Tag Team Champion, a Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion, and now once again finding his mean streak and displaying this mean streak. He's had his most success to date in Wildside in the late run of TNT with Stradlin. Jeff Lewis, insult to injury, taking a page out of Sexton's playbook, nails him with the super kick.
I'll tell you, if your standard finishing maneuver is spectacular as Todd Sexton's super kick, expect a lot of people to learn from that. Looks like a new student, sort of, is Jeff Lewis. And Todd Sexton got it right in the mush.
And if Sexton has any remaining equilibrium, he's got to be irate that Jeff Lewis just slapped him in the face like that. Irish whip, big drop kick by Lewis. Looking for some well-deserved retribution tonight.
Looking for a Lewis driver is what we're looking for.
Here it comes now, Sexton with a reversal. Side Russian leg sweep.
And Todd Sexton threatening, actually sort of telegraphing that super kick if Lewis only turned around in nick of time.
Lewis in the crosshairs.
He saw it coming.
Yes, he did. And there's the Lewis driver yet again, but Sexton with a back body drop. Finding every way imaginable to escape that maneuver. Goes for the super kick yet again, and third time is a charm for Jeff Lewis. There's the Lewis driver, although he dropped Sexton on the way down.
And unfortunately, in the plain view of the referee, and I don't think they really care, Shadow Jackson now just trying to just pretty much cut off poor Jeff Lewis.
Looking to do more damage as they head into that big 8-man tag. Here comes Jason Blackman and Slim J.
Two other men who have had it with these Dark City Soldiers. And although it is a victory, albeit a disqualification one.
Well, the 8-man tag is coming up with Freedom Fight. And out of these two groups, we're going to find out who will put up or shut up, fans. More Wildside is next. Don't go anywhere.